Hey folks, and welcome back to West Yorkshire Retro Gamer. It's match review time. Leeds United travelled to Brentford at the G-Tech Stadium and came away with a 1-1 draw. Not the worst result in the world, and on face value, Leeds were possibly over the course of 90 minutes the better team. So, let's have a little look at it. We'll start with the Premier League table. The draw leaves Leeds in 17th place, which is absolutely fine as far as I'm concerned. As long as we're not in the bottom three, I don't care. For this season in isolation at least. As it stands at the moment, half of our games this season we've got points in, the other half we haven't. It's pretty even across the board there, isn't it? 16 games played, 4 wins, 4 draws, 8 losses, 20 goals scored and 30 goals conceded. So it's a bit of a, I'm still not too keen on that minus 10 goal difference, but again, when you put everything in context, how Leeds have been in recent times, the fact that we've actually scored 20 goals is, some people maybe about 8 games ago wouldn't have thought that after 16 games we'd have scored 20 goals. So I can appreciate where we're at with the goal difference, but I mean, again, that's something that hopefully we can just gradually, start sorting it out. Obviously, you can only do that with wins, and these will hopefully come in the coming weeks and months. As it stands with the form, the last 5, there's a little bit more positive colour in there now. We've got 1 win and 2 draws in our last 5. And again, when you put it in context that 3 of those 5 games was against 3 of the rich 6, it's not too bad. I mean, wouldn't it be nice that, like, if we could either win or draw the next 2 games, to remove those 2 L's, and then the form guide, then we're looking in pretty healthy nick. If we could go 5 games unbeaten at that point, even if it is 2 draws, like, you've eliminated those losses from that area, because a couple of games ago when we were in the relegation zone, there was a lot of red square L's on there, and we don't want that. Wins and draws, bring them on. 16 points after 16 games. I've said this for a little while now. I would like to see us after 19 games on 20 points. So that means that we have got 3 games to score another 4 points. I think this is doable. I mean, what we'll do is we'll have a little look at what the fixtures look like, who our opponents are going to be for the next 3 games, and see if we feel it's realistically possible that we could end up on at least 20 points, at the halfway stage of the season. And again, that's the reason I'm looking at us having 20 points after 19 games, because that will literally be halfway, half the games played, and then half the number of points that I think we need to at least achieve the position that we are currently in after 38 games have been played. So, with all that in mind, let's have a look at this then. So, if we delve into the details a little bit here, we can just check those next 3 fixtures coming up actually. Right, so can we get 4 points out of this little lot? That is the question. The one home match is against Crystal Palace. That could be a tough one, because Crystal Palace are, pretty solid this season. I just wonder if we can get something away at Sunderland. Yes, they're having a very good season, but I don't know. I just wonder. And then, obviously, going to Anfield, to play Liverpool. It was obviously a 3-3 draw at Ellen Road, so I mean it's difficult to know with that one. Depends what version of Liverpool turn up for that, doesn't it? Really. I think we can get. I think we can get the 4 points out of those 3 games to give us 20 points. I think we can. I wouldn't like to say where the win comes from, where the draw comes from, because obviously it will take a win and a draw out of those 3 games to get the 4 points. But I think it's doable. But I wouldn't like to say who we're going to get it against. The way that we played against Liverpool, but it was at Ellen Road, you know, it gives me a dose of confidence that maybe we could go to Liverpool and get something. Again, I think we can get the better of Sunderland, and Sunderland won't have their AFCON players available for that match. That's something quite important here. And again, I guess Liverpool might have a couple as well. Liverpool might have a couple of AFCON players that won't be there, that won't be available for them. I don't think AFCON starts as early as the Crystal Palace match. So I think we'll have to face the entirety of their squad. But yeah, that's what we've got coming up. So I'm hopeful. There's no definites. There's never any definites in the Premier League, but that's what we've got coming up. I think we have a chance. I really do. So let's just delve into the match that we've just seen earlier today. It was Leeds versus Brentford at Brentford. Jordan Henderson scored on 70 minutes. Calvert-Lewin equalised on 82. The goal that Leeds conceded, I think, was a bit sloppy, a bit weak. There was an element of quality about the Leeds goal. Nonto, the substitute, whipped in a fantastic cross, and it was an excellent header from Don Calvert-Lewin. So, but then again, Brentford fans would probably say that their goal was absolute class, and then, we think, and then they'd think that the Leeds goal should have been prevented because it's a simple cross into the box and a simple header. But I don't know. I just really like the way that Leeds scored their goal. It was excellent. Like you couldn't have a striker couldn't have asked for a better cross, especially a striker that's as good aerially as DCL is. Willie Nonto put that cross in exactly where DCL wanted it and needed it, and the leap. He's got one hell of a leap on him. It's like a bloody kangaroo. Or it's like he's on a pogo stick. He really gets up there. And as I said on a previous video, he's obviously worked on his physical fitness. He's built like a brick shithouse. You can tell that he don't miss leg day, and that's probably why he's got such a leap on him. His legs are physical specimens on their own, and that's how he gets that leap. He's just got the springs in his legs to get up there. And it's all strength and power. That's what it comes down to at the end of the day. This is the physical conditioning that professional footballers at Premier League level go through, and it is the strength that DCL has. He is very good aerially. There's a lot of similarities to the header goal that he got previously. Again, that were a good cross into the box and really good header into goal. So a lot of similarities. So let's have a look at the stats. Right, so Brentford, more possession. Hold on. Oh no, that's just facts. Sorry. Right, here we go. Stats. We're using FOTMob as we usually do for this kind of thing. So Brentford, more possession, but less expected goals, less shots on target, less big chances missed, but that's partially because they had less big chances. They had more accurate passes with a better percentage. Supposedly committed less fouls. I'm not so sure about that. That was just dodgy refereeing. But didn't have any corners. And for a team that relies on a lot of set pieces, considering their manager was a set piece coach, that's surprising. And maybe that's down to how Leeds played. Maybe Leeds just prevented Brentford from getting anything like that. So Leeds just starts a bit less possession, but they have more expected goals. Lots more shots, double the number on target. 2 big chances, 1 missed. Got to assume that the goal was the other one, which obviously was scored. Apparently committed an extra foul, but and had 3 corners. So in terms of the shot stats, I mean, again, Leeds just absolutely boss it, don't they? Which is good. That's what we want. We want to be creating chances. We want to be getting shots on goal. This is how you win games. This is how you get draws. You can't score points at home or away if you don't have a go. And this suggests that Leeds really did have a go, which I think they did. Defensively, obviously because Leeds had more stuff going on, Brentford's done more in the match defensively, so therefore there's a lot of red there, which, I mean, that's fine. I don't mind that. Some of it's pretty close, actually, in fairness. In fact, it's all pretty close. Apart from the blocks, Brentford did block a lot of shots. I will say that they really did. And Kelleher did. He was forced to make a couple of decent saves. A couple of saves against Okafor in the first half, in particular. Yeah. So again, good from Leeds, realistically. With the passing, it suggests that Brentford passed more than Leeds did. But I don't really think that, if you look at it here, look at the productivity. Passes in their own half. Leeds had more passes in the opposition half as opposed to their own. With Brentford, they just passed a lot in their own half, but passed less in Leeds' half. So this is a potentially a good thing, I would say. Leeds more on the accurate crosses, which is obviously a good thing, and the goal came from a really good cross. I was impressed with that, actually. We got a lot of good crosses into the box in this match. That stat is accurate. I was really impressed, actually, and it's such a shame that we didn't have both DCL and Metcher in there. Noah Okafor didn't have a bad match generally, especially first half. I thought Okafor was pretty good. Second half, I think he tailed off a bit. But yeah, no, that did stand out for me. I was really happy with that. Because again, if you got more people available in the box when these balls are coming in, you've got more chances of scoring. And it was definitely effective for Leeds today. It's a shame we didn't get more goals from that, because some of those balls into the box were really good. Really, really good. Throws, fairly even. Touches in the opponent's box. Again, rather than getting the touches in the opponent's box, get some shots away in the box. That's my mantra on it, really. No offsides for Leeds. Interesting. Duels. I mean, Leeds have been very good at winning duels in a lot of the matches in recent times. Again, the physicality since we've changed formation and shown more flexibility within matches, we are usually pretty good with the duel side of things, and the stats there definitely suggest so. So yeah, pretty content with that. Really surprising that there was no cards in the game. I thought Brentford were I thought Brentford were quite dirty at times, and then when they conceded or when Leeds conceded free kicks, like half at time, Brentford were just going down so soft. They were going down like soft toys. You know what I mean? It yeah. Brentford are just very, very soft, in my opinion. Apart from one loose pass, I thought like it's very rare that I take any kind of notice of FOP mob ratings. But Pascal was really good today. As I said, just one dodgy pass, but you know he was heading everything away. Every time a ball came forward, Strout. Ball came forward, Strout. You know, Strout just kept heading it away. He was really good. Back to some of his defensive best today. At times, as I said, just knocking things forward. Every time Brentford sent the ball forward, it was always Strout heading it back. This was massively frequent in the Championship. It was always Strout getting his head on it every time. It's one of his strengths. It's one of his main attributes. He's very good at it, and it showed today. So yeah, no, I was pretty content with Pascal's performance. Just that one dodgy pass, which thankfully didn't lead to anything. Nearly did, but didn't, which is the important thing. DCL's up there. Again, he's always going to get a solid rating when he gets a goal, isn't he? Gudmundsson again, another good game. I can't think of that many bad games that Gabriel Gudmundsson has had this season. He's just a bloody good signing. A very good left back. I can't praise him enough. He's just doing the business. He really is. Ampadu again. I've said there were times when Ampadu was very good as well. Okafor first half. I thought Noah was pretty good. Nonto, yeah, when he came on, obviously provides a fantastic cross. And he'd done a couple of other good crosses before the one that led to the goal as well, in fairness. Did the business when he came on. You know, he wasn't on for a long time, but he contributed. And that's what you want from your subs. Yeah, without a doubt. Getting onto the slightly dodgier ratings for both teams. But yeah, you know, I genuinely think Leeds played pretty well. And I don't feel too disheartened with a draw. You've got to look at the form that Brentford had at home. They were the fourth best at home in the entire division. And Leeds was something like second worst away, something like that. So, you know, it was a bit of a mismatch. But Leeds more than held their own. DCL, in an interview that he did after the match, said that he felt that Leeds turned a corner. You know, from when that second half against Manchester City happened, we've turned a corner, and we're going in a direction that looks quite positive. And I agree with him. I have to agree with him. I think we're going to be in a really good spot when we get Metcha back. If we could get Metcha fit again, because him and DCL really look like a good strike force, and they're both chipping in with goals. And it don't matter if they're freaking worldies from 30 yards out or a 1 yard tapping. I don't care. Just score the goals. That's what you're there for. Obviously, there's more to the game than just scoring goals for strikers, but you know the primary aim of the striker is to get goals and assists. That is their primary objective, with a lot of secondary objectives in there, and that was that really. One thing I pointed out in the preview for this match was that I was really intrigued to see what was going to happen with the midfield battle, because I felt that Brentford, within their squad, had a lot of good midfielders. And again, if you look at it, like they've kind of dominated the passing, but again, it's a lot of it was in their own half, and Leeds were more productive because they made more passes in Brentford's half rather than their own. Still less overall, but Leeds did a bit more with it. So I'm really quite pleased. We could have come away from that match with nothing. Um, Based on the form guide going into that match from Brentford's home form to Leeds' away form. So yeah, I mean, if we look at the lineups quickly, from a Leeds point of view, I thought Perry did all right. I don't think he did a lot wrong. His distribution's still a little bit to be desired, but hopefully that gets better, and it'll get better once he's got two strikers up front again. He's got double the number of targets then, because he gets distance. He can get distance. It's just it's just not his major strong point. But in terms of like this, the shot stopping and the saves he had to make, it wasn't at fault for the goal conceded. Yeah, I mean, I can't disagree with this. This side of the defence certainly a bit stronger than this side overall, I think. Gabby and Pascal really had good games today, I think. Again, Ampadu not bad. Tanaka was a bit off it. I thought Tanaka was a bit off it. I didn't think Stat was too bad. I thought Stat was alright. Beal was alright. Again, I don't think Rodon and Bogle were bad. Far from it. But yeah, Tanaka was not on it like he has been in recent matches. I'd say first half Okafor, pretty good. Second half tailed off a bit. DCL did everything he could really, and to come away from the match with a goal, again, it's great for his confidence. When you consider the number of goals that Thiago's scored this season, he was practically anonymous. And that's 6.0 rating there is pretty accurate. He was feeble. Like, I don't remember a moment where he was any good. And he's been on goal scoring fire this season. He's been one of the most prolific goal scorers in the division. And credit to these boys here, in particular, and a little bit here as well. This fella, nope, practically now. Ouattara wasn't bad, but again, nothing spectacular. Lewis Potter got one shot away, quite a strong shot, but again, Perry was equal to it. I thought Jensen was okay. I mean, alright, Henderson gets... Look at that, right? Henderson gets one chance in the match, scores and gets a freaking 7.8. I don't think he was really that good. Janel... I mean... Again, he was okay. I weren't... I could understand Kelleher getting a reasonable rating on the basis that he, made 2 or 3 good saves in the match. But yeah, for a team whose home form was 4th best in the division, this lot weren't all that great. Maybe they missed Shadi or Shade or whatever, but that's one player. Surely the players that were brought on to kind of, fill that gap. What are they doing? Damsgaard was supposed to come on and create something and didn't do a right lot. Made a small difference, but nothing major. I mean, Henry coming on. I think was it Henry that got the assist for the Brentford goal? I think he might have done. Can't remember now, but does it say who got the assist? It doesn't even say who got the goal. They haven't given Beal an own goal there, have they? I don't know. Oh no, they've given the goal to Henderson. Doesn't say who got the assist though, does it? Like, because none to... Oh no, it does. That boot's an assist. Right. So who got the assist here then? I'm looking for the boot. I'm looking for the football boot. No assist. There's no assist unless it's one of the subs. Was it one of the subs? I'll go into that. Right? Huh? So nobody gets an assist. That's weird. Oh well. Freaky foot mob stuff. Yeah, so, these are all the boys that didn't get on for either team. They were all unavailable. These are all unavailable. And that's that, really. Yeah. But yeah, Leeds were value for the draw and could maybe have been seen as the slightly better team. So yeah, I'm feeling alright about this. He was crap. That ref, I'm sorry. John Brooks, I hope he doesn't ref another Leeds match. So inconsistent. I think some fans were chanting go back to Championship at some stage. And I think that was fans of both teams. Yeah, he was not a good ref. There was a lot of inconsistency going on. So yeah, that wasn't great. So let's just finish up with the, back to the Premier League table. In terms of the home form, so Brentford they've still got, despite drawing, they've still got the 5th best home record this season. I bet Leeds are still in bottom 3 for. Oh no, we've moved out of the bottom 3 now for away with that draw. Right, well that's happy days then. Right, well that's better. Last 5 matches, Leeds' form might not be that bad. Yeah, 14th. Yeah, 1 win, 2 draws, couple of losses, 10 goals of each. Wow. That's. But again, Leeds have been part of some very high-scoring games in recent times, haven't they? So, that's understandable. There's not a lot of hope for Wolves and Burnley there in terms of the last 5, is there? Look at that. That is dreadful. Really, really bad. Burnley have got to be thankful that they've already bagged 10 points this season, because otherwise they'd be down there. How am I even going to bother with that XG thing? I can never get my head around that. So, where are Leeds in the home form bracket? 14th. Okay. 3 wins, 3 draws, 2 losses. I think Leeds have looked okay at home this season. We haven't looked too out of place really. So in terms of the table overall as it stands, everyone's played 16 bar Bournemouth, and that means one more team. Scum. So it's obviously Bournemouth versus Scum in the next game. Bournemouth are currently on 5 of each flavour. So quite a mix. That's about as mixed of a season as you can get for Bournemouth, isn't it? Really. Manure. Oh, now they're that bloody high up. That's crazy. But yeah, it is what it is, I guess. So Leeds have got right. So who were those 3 teams? It was Crystal Palace. It's a bit of a tricky run, isn't it, these next 3 games that I've been talking about, isn't it? Because you've got Liverpool's in there. They're currently 6th. Sunderland are in there, currently 7th, and Crystal Palace are in there, currently 5th. 5th. Oh wow! So 5th, 6th, and 7th in the next 3 games. That's difficult. That's a tricky run. That if you go by position alone, obviously Leeds had gotten through that tricky period of Man City, Chelsea, and Liverpool. This is nearly as hard with Palace, Liverpool, and Sunderland over these next 3 games. But I think there's a chance. Sunderland 7-5-4, Liverpool 8-2-6, Palace 7-5-4. So none of those 3 teams have been outstanding. I mean, ironically, again, they're all currently on 26 points as well, which is just a bit bizarre. But they're not they're not kind of doing an Arsenal, and so for that reason alone, not even doing a Man City, are they? Or even a Villa for that matter. And Villa's first month was poor, wasn't it? So yeah, Leeds have got a chance. Leeds have got a chance of getting something in the next 3 games. If we, as I say, we get 4 points, so that'll give us 20 in total within the next 3 games. It's going to be tough with that run of fixtures there, but that would be that would put us on the 5 wins and the 5 draws, because I think we need 10 draws and 10 wins by end of season. So get one of each flavour. Obviously means we lose the other one, so that'll put us on nine losses. I'll be okay with that at this stage. Hopefully a win and a draw will allow us to just shorten, as long as the loss is not a big loss, it will help us to shorten that goal difference a little bit as well, get us on 20 points. I mean, if we can get it in the next 2 games, get the win and the draw in the next 2 games, we completely remove these red losses here and replace them with another green W and another grey D. That'd do me. I'll be happy with that. I'll be happy with that after all of that, I think. So yeah, right, folks. I'll leave it at that. Let me know your thoughts. Are you content with getting a draw against Brentford? I am. I'm okay with it. Again, it's just another good battling performance from Leeds. We really do not look out of place in this division. And as I say, if we survive this season, get 100 million for TV revenue rights for being in Premier League, bit of extra money to spend in the summer, get some better quality players in that's going to help us progress and not be in a bottom quarter situation for the majority of the season. Try and aim to be in the be in the top be in the top half of the bottom half next season. Following season, bottom half of the top half. Season after that, let's see if we can trouble the top 5. It's a gradual plan, isn't it? It's gradual progression, and for each season that we stay up, more money comes Leeds' way, and that will allow us to get better players in and hopefully become the force that we were 20 odd years ago. Yeah, so we'll leave it at that. Big thank you for watching. Do please hit the hype if it's available, like the video, and please subscribe if you haven't already. Big thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.